Good to have you back. Today I'm continuing to work through my scale book, and we've gone through the C major scale in all positions. We've gone through the relative minor A minor scale in all positions, or the Aeolian mode, and now we're going to take a look at the major pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale, meaning a 5-note scale. And how do we arrive at that scale? We arrive at that scale by removing 2 notes from a major scale. We take out the 4th degree, so that's gone. The 4th degree is gone, and so is the semitone between the 3 and the 4. And then we take out the 7th degree of the scale, and now we've eliminated another semitone, right? The semitone from B to C. And now we have a scale that is C, D, E, G, A, and C. C, D, E, G, A, and C. Major pentatonic scale. Now let's move to the fretboard. We want to take this scale and extrapolate it all over the fretboard in all positions. So our tonal center is C, as we've already discovered, and so it's important to have the at least the 1 chord present in your harmonic thinking. And then we play the scale. So as we said, we remove the semitones, as I said before. And always return to the tonic in your practice. Okay, so there is a pentatonic scale, a major pentatonic scale. What makes it major is the distance between the root and the third. The C to E is a major third. In other words, it's a tone plus another tone, right? So we have that major third. And the major third is a dead giveaway to a major scale sound. Okay, let's move on. Here we have second position, and we've removed, as you can see in the master fretboard here, we've removed the B and the F, the B, the F, right? F. They've been removed. The semitones. If for those of you who are hip to the tritone, we've removed the tritone, and these notes are notes that really require resolution. And so essentially what we have done is removed the 2 notes that most strongly require resolution, that force you to, for instance, lead up to the C or fall down to the E, right? We've removed those, and so the quality of the pentatonic scale tends to be much more open and wandering. And because of this, it's used really often in soloing in several genres. So, okay, did you hear that? Sorry about my fingering. You should probably follow the fingering that's here, which is just 1 finger for each fret. Okay, 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord, if you want to take it that far. When you're practicing scales, make sure that you do clean repetitions with exactly the same fingerings over and over again. I mean, I've played these so many times that I automatically fall into different fingerings, but you shouldn't do that at this stage. You just stick to one simple fingering. Lots of clean repetitions. When I say lots, I'd say, starting at about 20 would be a good idea. And no fancy picking. You can just do down picking, and then when you feel comfortable, start to alternate. Fifth position. Again, keeping in mind that this did begin with a major scale, right? And in that major scale, we eliminated 2 notes, the B and the F. Right. Okay, so there's C major pentatonic. I'm sure many of you have played that form of the scale before, starting on A, but we're going to cover that in a different video. The starting from the A would give us the relative minor scale of A minor pentatonic, but that's for another lesson. Okay, and then C major pentatonic in 7th position. This all, falls underneath your fingers pretty nicely. And here's my 1 chord, 4, maybe 5, and 1. Same thing, remember that you're using all of the same notes. As you're moving up the fretboard, you're not really, well, I'll give you an example. If I play C pentatonic down here, those are exactly the same notes, right? Right? So you can see how even though we're graduating up the fretboard, moving up the fretboard, most of the notes are still repeating themselves even down from this open position, right? Okay. Next is 9th position, and we're starting at the C an octave higher this time. Octave higher, and there's the major third. The idea is to fill up the entire fretboard so you don't end up with gaps, and that goes for when you're learning how to solo, when you're learning how to play over chords and so on. You don't want to have holes in the fretboard. I don't know where those notes are, right? So this is sort of a comprehensive look at one scale form at a time. And there's a 1 chord, so C, F, and C, or C. And then C major pentatonic again. This is our repetition, excuse me, repetition of the first position that we have down here of the open position. As you can see, the pattern is exactly the same, and we start on the C. No moving around, no shifts. You know, they're all fairly straightforward. Listen to players, you know, like the classic guitar players, classic rock players, like Clapton and Dickie Betts and people like that. And see if you can pick out the sound of this scale, which I'm sure you will be able to do. It's important to internalize not only the fingerings, but obviously the sound of the scale as well. As I mentioned at the top, when we remove the F and the B, as is indicated, throughout here, when we remove the F and the B, we take out the semitones, and it's those semitones that really require resolution. The B wants to desperately lead to the C. The F, most often wants to fall to the E, but we remove that, and when in a soloing context, yeah, it'll work in a soloing contest as well as a context, but in a soloing context. It makes things a lot easier because you can you don't have to worry about resolving leading tones and resolving the 4 to falling to the 3. You can get away with a heck of a lot more, and not to say that those aren't good. Those notes aren't valuable. They are, but it's also really important to learn the pentatonic scale as it is, just clean and simple. Can work through this on your own, of course. These scales that I've chosen to put in this book are the most foundational scales. Of course, any scale, the way the guitar works, it can be moved, and then we're in a different key, right? So if we take this scale, here, let's say our pentatonic scale that we had. And we had that this one in second position. Just so if we move it up. So, we're moving from C to the key of D to the key of E and so on. All scales are movable, right? And the pentatonic scales are no exception, as are the minor scales and the major scales. The important thing is to get clean fingerings that you can repeat over and over again with no errors, and because you've practiced cleanly. And that this will give you a new vocabulary. That's the idea. That's what I'm hoping will be the case for many of you out there. That you will increase your scale vocabulary and you will begin to understand these sounds and be able to use them. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and have a great day. And when you come back, it would be great if you had a guitar in your lap. See you real soon.